Hey, what's up, guys? So today's cheap but good fragrance actually reminds me of 4 other fragrances. Which ones are they? Stay tuned to find out. Alright, guys, so this cheap but good fragrance we're talking about tonight actually reminds me of 4 other fragrances, like I mentioned before. 1 Million, Escada Magnetism, CH Man Privé, and Salvatore Ferragamo Uomo. Now, the cheap but good fragrance we're going to talk about today is Uomo from the house of Roberto Cavalli. So Uomo, from the house of Roberto Cavalli, was released in 2016. It's considered an Oriental. Comes in 2 sizes, 60 ml and 100 ml, and the nose behind this fragrance is Christophe Renaud. So the notes in Uomo, in the top we have black violet and saffron. In the mid we have honey and lavender. In the base we have cedar, patchouli, and tonka bean. So let's take a look at the bottle, guys. Really, really cool looking bottle. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Versace Eros, how it has a lot of the detail. Got the nice square bottle here. This is a tester bottle. This is a 60 ml bottle that I picked up from a local discounter. Let's go ahead and take off the cap. I really enjoy this presentation. Nice heavy glass. It's got some good etching here. It's got the metal sprayer, the atomizer. It's got the nice metal circular ring going around it here. Got the information on the bottom. Nice heavy cap. Snaps on tight. This is a tester, like I mentioned before. So here's the box, which I really liked. The tester box, it looks just like the original. It just happens to have, it's like in black and white or gray and white instead of the detailed box that it comes in. So I'm going to take a couple of sprays and let you guys know what it smells like off the top. So in the opening, I really get a 1 million type of bubblegum type of sweetness in the opening. Again, they don't share a lot of the same notes. There's no rose in this. There's no apple. There's not a lot of the same things. I think it shares maybe a couple of notes, but I wouldn't think it'd be the note that actually gives it that kind of sweetness. But the opening actually does remind me a little bit of 1 Million, which I don't mind because I love 1 Million. Does this smell like this, like 1 Million overall? No, it does not. Just the opening, just a touch, just enough to catch your attention. So like I mentioned before in the notes, this fragrance does contain saffron. That's why it reminds me a bit of Escada Magnetism. I don't know if you guys have tried that one. That one was actually discontinued a while back, but I did get a chance to get my nose on it, and it really did remind me a lot of it because it had a lot of saffron in it. To my nose, saffron gives it a bit of a purple grape soda type of smell. Don't worry about hearing grape soda. It actually smells really, really nice. So after a little bit of developing, actually this fragrance turns into almost like a cocoa smell. I don't know if that's the tonka bean and the honey, but I don't know where it comes from, but there's a bit of a cocoa type of powdery vibe this has, which reminds me a lot of CH Man Privé. And at the same time, with that cocoa note mixed with that CH Man Privé powdery kind of leather smell, it reminds me a lot of Salvatore Ferragamo Uomo. And if you guys out there remember Salvatore Ferragamo Uomo, that one has sort of a citrusy, sort of chocolatey, almost dessert type of smell, which I actually get little hints of that one in this one as well. Now, I mentioned in the notes earlier, there is black violet in the notes, which I'm not too familiar with that note, but I do know that there's a couple of fragrances that I've tried in the past that have violet in them, and I really, really enjoyed those. I don't know if it's the violet or not, but there is a sort of a makeup bag feel with this. Not like the Iris and DHI or Dior Homme, that kind of makeup bag. This is more like foundation, like powder foundation that women put on their faces. Like if you were to open up one of those and smell that, there's a bit of that type of smell in it. But it really gives it almost like that makeup bag, almost like the DHI kind of vibe to it, mixed with that sort of a cocoa sweetness that I'm getting from this, even though there's no cocoa in this. This is just a really unique fragrance, guys. I don't know where all these things are coming from. I guess maybe when you marry some of these notes together, it just comes up with this really weird, unique smell, but it really, really works, guys. It really does. This one was a big surprise, and it's super inexpensive. Alright, guys, so let's go to the ratings for Uomo by Roberto Cavalli. Alright, guys, so the scent overall is very, very good. I really like it. It's super unique. If you guys want to try something new, that you haven't smelled before, that kind of, you know, sort of out of the norm, definitely give this one a chance. I really give this one good marks. It's very unique. It's very original. It reminds me of some other ones, but it doesn't smell like those exactly. So I think you're getting a little bit of everything, different genres, different smells. But all those different smells really add up to this one unique fragrance. The longevity on this one was average to above average. I got about 5 to 6 hours with this one. I went with 6 to 8 heavy sprays, and I got about 5 to 6 hours on this one. That's pretty good. Projection for this one did really, really well. It actually projected about 2 to 3 feet off me for about the first 3 hours, which is really good. Again, I went 6 to 8 sprays with this one, and I had a good scent trail with this one. Really, really nice scent bubbles around me, and it lasted, I could smell myself for quite a while. Seasons I would say would probably be fall and winter, but honestly, it smells really, really good, and it's light enough to where you could probably wear this one year round. Ages, I would say, would be 25 and up. Reason for that would be because this is a very unique composition of notes. It's not like something you smell every day. It might turn a younger audience off. Even though a younger audience that would smell this on you probably would like it just on you, but them smelling it like on their hand for the first time might turn them off. I mean, like I mentioned before, this is almost like a niche type of scent in a designer bottle. This isn't something you come across every day, so I think definitely 25 and up for this one for sure. Compliments with this juice was really, really good. Actually, the first night that I wore it, like I mentioned before, 6 to 8 heavy sprays. I got about 3 compliments the first night that I wore it. You smell really good. What is that you're wearing? I smelled you from, when you walked by me. What is that? That type of stuff. So I would say that the compliments are really, really good. Price point of this one is really, really good. This is a cheap but good fragrance, like I mentioned before. I found a 60 ml of this on eBay for $28. That's under 30 bucks shipped. And I think you can find it on FragranceNet for around the same price. Occasions for this one are going to be date night, club, evening out. This is a very sexy, seductive, warm, spicy, sweet type of fragrance with some florals in there with a nice powdery kick. This definitely has date night written all over it. Overall, I'm going to give Uomo by Roberto Cavalli a 7 out of 10. I'm giving it a 7 out of 10 because even though it smells really good and it has good projection and good longevity, it's very sexy and seductive, it's still very, very unique. So you got to knock a couple of points off for that one because you don't know if it's going to really please everyone. I don't know if it's going to be a crowd pleaser or not. In my opinion, I think it will be. I definitely think this one is worth a shot. It's 28 bucks. That's under $30 for a 60 ml. I'll leave a link below in the description. That way you guys can find it. Pull the trigger if you like. If not, maybe you can find a sample somewhere. But this is some pretty good juice, guys. All right, guys, so what are your thoughts on Roberto Cavalli Uomo? Do you like it? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Am I crazy for liking it? What do you guys think about it? Please leave me a comment below and let me know what you think about it. All right, guys, so thank you so much for hanging out with me for another installment of Cheap but Good Fragrances here on Dollars and Cents. Please, guys, if you guys haven't followed me on Instagram, please follow me, Dollars and Cents on Instagram. Like, comment, subscribe, and until the next video, you guys take care. Thanks.